Hello guys, Robot1 here, and today I have my top 8 Odd-Eyes Magician deck for you guys. Now, I topped 8 on my locals with this yesterday on its first day, and I thought I did really good with it. And I just wanted to show you the build because I said I'd show you the build. I'm also going to show you the side deck I used. And also, this deck only really lost, say, 2 games. And the 2 games it lost was game 3 against Cosmo, when he anti-spell fragrance me and fairy winded me on turn 3, so I really couldn't do anything. Well, actually no, it was turn 3. So I really couldn't do anything after that, and I was just sitting there trying to make my cards, trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh as best I could, but I couldn't. And I lost a match because I thought I'd do a Hoban and side out all 3 Wavering Eyes against a mirror match with Apex Avion. That was a terrible idea. And yeah, so the only games I really lost was because of Cosmo and Anti-Spell Fragrance worked really well, and because I was an idiot and did Wavering Eyes side out. But yeah. So guys, I'm going to deck profile this for you guys and tell you my reasons for what I run. So let's start. So I run 3 Pit Magician, basically because he's an MST every turn stuff sort of thing. So that's why I run 3. I run 2 Dragon Pulse. I only run 2 Dragon Pulse because it's a normal summon, but it can't destroy face down monsters, which I find pretty bad. So 2's enough. Plus, it's a decent beast stick that can't be Fiendish Chained. So I find 2 of this good enough. Next, 3 Wisdom Eye Magician should be Insight. You have to run 3 of this in the deck because he's basically your searcher, I would say. Basically, you can put him in the Pendulum Scale. If you've got another Magician or say Performer Power, you can switch him out for maybe Insight. Well, not Insight, sorry, for Pit. So 3 of him is necessary regardless. I run 3 Skull Crobat Joker. Have to run 3 of this card because it searches your entire deck. So it's basically the Stratos of the deck. But it has to be normal summoned, which is kind of bad. But it's still an amazing card because if you rip this card, then you can literally just win from that. Because you can just if you've got an incorrect scale on hand, you can normal summon this, search this, activate this with another scale, this, then make a perfect scale, then just go for power. Next, 3 Oath Magician. Basically the recycler of the deck. This card helps so much purely because when he's summoned, he allows you to add a Pendulum Magician card or Odd-Eyes card from grave, which is very good because it allows you to have your continuous MST with Pit Magician, which is very good on as well. So you have to run 3 of this guy. Plus, he can also be used to make your rank 6, my rank 6 in the deck, which I really only run 1 of. I only really run rank 6, but he's more that can be done with an OTK, so very good card as well. Next, 3 Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Have to play the 3 Odd-Eyes. It's the main card of the deck. It's what allows you to summon all your big monsters. And he's got that double damage effect as well, which is just amazing and so right as well. Next, 2 Noble. Now this is mainly discard fodder, but it's also your tuner of the deck because you can literally just go discard this. If you have All Eyes on board, special summon it back, and then just go into a instant Synchro Zone for a level 7 dragon. So it's basically discard fodder and synchro fodder at the same time. So I don't care if I discard this card. So it's a very good card, and it also helps with the synchro plays amazingly with the deck because all you gotta do is discard it, MST, maybe destroy a monster, then you can just bring it back with an Odd-Eyes Pendulum Dragon on board, so it's fine. Next, 2 Exernia Magician. I think that's how you spell it. Exanga, I don't know how to pronounce that shit. But I run 2 of him because he's another level 7 in the deck, plus he can negate light effects, which is kinda decent. Also, he makes the Odd-Eyes Rebellion play very good, because I made that play twice my locals, and it won me games. So yeah. And I run one time gazing magician just because I only have 3 scale 8s in the deck, and this is the backup scale 8 just in case I run out of all the pits. So I can just have this in the backup reserves just in case. So that's the monster lineup. Come on. So that's the monster lineup. Next is the spells. So I run 3 Pendulum Call. Basically, your search for the deck allows you to get your scale instantly, plus it protects your scale, which is very good. So basically, your searching card of the deck, other than Skull Crobat. Next, Free Sky Isis allows me to destroy face-up cards. Say if I don't want to scale in the zone, I can just destroy the scale, then search an Odd Eyes card, say Odd Eyes Fusion or Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon, and then I can do plays with that because of it's very good. Also, this stops my opponent from targeting my Magician's Odd Eyes cards in the Pendulum Zone, so it's very good for that effect as well. Next, 2 Odd Eyes Fusion. Got these babies just before the hype, so I was happy. I run 2 of these because it's a very good card, and it can actually help you a lot if you're in the deck. Plus, late game, it can be discard fodder for, say, for Pendulum Call or even anything else, because I usually end up either using this is to summon from the extra deck my Odd Eyes Vortex, or it becomes discard fodder, and discard fodder in this deck is very useful, so it's a good card in 2 ways, and I love it a lot. Next, I run 2 Wavering Eyes. Now, I run 2 Wavering Eyes because I find that 3 in the main is too cloggy, because it's not that it's terrible, but it's the fact that if you go up against a deck that doesn't play pendulums, then you're kind of going to be fucked because of you have to get rid of your scale to +1 and just deal some damage. So I would say this is good at 2 right now, and I do side the 3rd, so don't worry. And I play 1 Raigeki just for monster destruction, and 1 Terraforming to search the Sky Arc. So next, finally, onto the traps, which is 1 Vanity's Emptiness, obviously, 1 Torrential Tribute, for good reasons, 1 Time Space Trap Hole, good reasons, 1 Bottomless Trap Hole, good reasons, 1 Solemn Warning, good reasons, and 1 Horn of Heaven. Now, you guys are probably thinking, why Horn of Heaven? It's mainly because every monster in the deck is actually a Pendulum monster, and I can just activate this and tribute one of the Pendulum monsters, so I can just bring it back next turn, so I wouldn't really care. So this is a very good card in its own right, and I believe this is going to be used more often in Pendulum decks. Good thing I've got my 2 for the deck. So that is the main deck. Now let's move on to the extra deck. So I run 2 Odd Eyes Vortex Dragons. Now this is one of your best cards in the deck, because it allows you to recycle your extra deck when it's too big, and it also allows you to negate effects, and it can be a compulse, basically, for attack position monsters. It's got all these different effects, and it's just an amazing card in its own right. So I run 2 of it because it's such a good card. Next, I run 1 Clearwing Synchro Dragon. Just because of big level monsters are a pain right now. Plus, Apex Avion is a dickhead, so if I summon this, then I can get around Apex. Next, 1 Meteor Burst Dragon, just because he's a very good play to make XC's plays with. And he's basically a say no to Honest, say no to Yang Zings, say no to BA, say no to any effects that happens in the battle phase, say no to Damage Juggler. It's just a very good card because it can just say no to everything. So basically this is what you can do to OTK very easily. Next is 1 Gargoyle Cowboy, 1 Magister Paladin, the Ascending Draco Slayer. Basically this is just to search out any Pendulum monster when I've got 2 level 4s that I don't need, so I can just summon this and then make an instant Pendulum monster. Search an instant Pendulum monster at the end of the turn. 1 Castel, 1 Trapeze Magician for the OTKs, because all my level 4 monsters are spellcasters, so why not? 1 Utopia Beyond, just because of OTKs are good, and he can help in that sense. 1 Big Eye to rob my opponent's monsters. 1 Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, just because he can deal damage and he can't be destroyed by card effects, so if I summon him, he can't be bottomless, TT'd or anything like that. 1 Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon, just because he's an out to the Dark Destroyer and Cosmos, and because he can make his own scale, which is very good in his own right as well. Plus you can Pendulum summon him as well, which is very good. And finally, 3 Odai's Absolute Dragon, which is the best Odai's card so far, because you can summon stuff. You can summon this from the graveyard, you can summon this from the graveyard, you can summon this from the graveyard. You can literally summon everything from the graveyard with this one card, and it's just so good because of that fact. So that is the extra deck, and I love my extra deck for this because it took a lot of time to actually figure out correctly, but it's actually a very good extra deck, so I like it a lot. So finally onto the side deck of my top 8 Odai's Magician deck profile. So first, 1 Wavering Eyes, just because I don't run 3 in the main, and you obviously want to have the 3rd as backup. 3 MST, just because there's some decks that I want to side out back row with because of like TT and other things. TT like Raigeki, and because of Yang Zing's as a deck and other things. So MST can go in for that. Plus, it's a very good card still because it can pop the scale, and it's just very good. Next, 2 Trap Stun, just because of Magispectors are dickheads and I want to be able to Pendulum summon. 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirror because of BA is still a deck. 2 Light Imprisoning Mirror because of Tellarknights, Cosmo, all that. 2 Time Space Trap Hole for Tellarknights, BA, Cosmo, all of that stuff, just because of this card is a very good card, so very good. And 3 Imperial Iron Wall for Cosmo and any other deck that likes to banish. So that is my top 8 Odai's Magician deck profile for you guys. Please tell me what you think of the deck, and please tell me if you want me to do more deck profiles like this. And also guys, I will be seeing you later, so please like, comment and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out, thanks for watching.